This is Benjamin Price, and today I'm speaking with Madelyn Cline and Madison Bailey of the Netflix series Outer Banks, whose third season airs on February 23rd on Netflix. Yeah. How are you both doing today?
Feeling great.
Feeling good.
So my first question is, coming into season 3, what was the first time it sort of crystallized to you just how big the show is and sort of the reach it has and how many people have caught on to it?
Do you want to do the honors?
Sure. On season 3 now, we've had a couple of wake-up calls, I feel like, of moments that were like, pinch me, you know? From like our first fan responses, and like, I think it was, I know when the show first came out, season 1, I kept my notifications on and I left my phone unlocked, and I was just like in awe that my phone would not lock because I was never not getting a notification. And now being on season 3, they've put together quite the celebration for this third season. Yeah. So, Poguelandia.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I can't make it out there, but in spirit, I'll be there.
Okay, all right. Okay, good.
And going off of that, what's it been like to watch the show evolve, but also your character evolve within it over the past 3 seasons?
Thank you. Tough questions only. Yeah. It's been a joy to kind of grow up with Sarah in a way. I feel like, it's been 4 years since we shot the first season, and so much happens. Like, you grow up so much, you learn so much, you get a little wiser, and then, you realize like the experiences that you get to live can also inform your character, and especially in your character's growth, because our characters are getting older, not as quickly as we are, because the show takes place over like, I don't know, a month or 2. But I think it's been really, really fun. It's been eye-opening. It's been the best boot camp for I've always wanted to, when I moved out to LA, all I wanted to do was be a working actor, and this is what I get to do. This is my job. So I feel really lucky, and I feel really lucky to do it on a show like this.
Well, and continuing down that thread, in what ways when you're, obviously they have a pretty unique teenage existence.
Yes, unique is right.
And all that.
Yes.
But in what ways do you find yourselves drawing on your own teenage experiences to bring these characters to life?
I think when I was younger, I was very, very quiet, and I had a hard time feeling confident enough in like what I had to say. A lot of insecurities, as we all have, and I think when I first started trying to build Sarah, I started at insecurities, and she's a teenager, and that's like a lot of what drives you, I think, sometimes as a teenager. At least it did for me. So I think that kind of informed me, and Sarah's journey is finding her voice. But yeah, that was me.
How I'm relating to Kiara. I definitely relate to her relationship with her parents quite a bit, and having such a strong voice and knowing what you want at a young age is a powerful thing, but it's also can be a frustrating thing, getting adults to listen to you when you have so much passion. And I definitely relate to Kiara just wanting to be understood by her family and treated like as somebody who is responsible enough to make decisions for themselves.
So obviously, you Pogues, you're very close on screen, but also off screen. How do you maintain that sort of tight-knit dynamic in between seasons? I have to imagine the group chat is an all-timer, but...
Charts. Absolute charts. I think we could go any amount of time without seeing each other, and it feels like we never left each other. Yeah. Partially just also because, Outer Banks is like such a huge part of all of our lives. When we're not filming it, we are doing press for it or doing things outside of the circle, and stay in the group chat and wait for charts and...
Wait for charts.
Wait for charts.
Or create them.
What's a typical conversation between the Pogues?
A typical
between
conversation
takes?
between takes. Oh God. Well, I feel like none of them are cohesive.
No.
Truly, it's a
It could be anything.
We're either singing, or we're talking about inside jokes, or we're just laughing at the boys mostly.
Yeah. I actually feel like it kind of parallels our characters a little bit, and there's always just a bit of making fun of what's usually going on in front of us, and sometimes participating in it.
Yeah, ask the boys what they do in between takes.
And you could probably find Rudy climbing a tree.
Okay. So I also know about the Mario Kart, and that's
Oh, yeah.
that's a ritual amongst you
Yes.
guys. Who's the best Mario Kart player in the cast?
Can we say it at the same time?
Who? Because I think you're going to say somebody else. Me.
Madison Bailey.
Madison Bailey.
Oh.
Me, Madison Bailey. Thank you. Jonathan Davis, if you're seeing this, it's me, Madison Bailey. Thank you.
Who's your main? Who's your main? Like,
Oh,
who do you
Princess Peach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a King Boo phase, but I love Big Boo, but I'm like designated Princess Peach.
I adore Shy Guy. Every time.
Okay.
It's Shy Guy. Every time
Yep.
it's Shy Guy.
Red
Yeah.
Shy Guy for me. I love Boo, but recently it's been Red Shy Guy. Mm-hmm.
I hope it stays that way because he's the best.
He's
He's
the
the best
best.
one. So your character Kiara, sort of at the beginning of the season, forges this uneasy alliance with a familiar foe. Not to give too much away, to find this valuable relic. Which of your castmates would you most want to help you in finding treasure?
To helping me find treasure. I think I would pick Pope. I think he's going to formulate the safest plan, which I'm down for, and I think he's going to be very logical. I think there's going to be a plan A through E,
Yeah.
There will be
You
options.
don't
it's
get
not
that with
just
JJ.
like,
That's
no.
not an option.
It's going to be one, it's going to be crazy and impossible to pull off.
Yeah.
But that one might work. He's not a bad choice,
So I loved that on you. I did. I had a great time. I got to talk to Ryan back in October. That
Did
was
you
fun.
really?
Yeah.
He's the best.
He's the best.
Yeah.
So, looking at Whiskey, looking at Sarah Cameron, I noticed that these characters both sort of have a lot more going on than their reputations would suggest. And so, what interests you in seeking out these sort of layered characters, and also how do you communicate that duality on screen between, how they are perceived and how they actually are?
Well, I think I've been lucky to have played these layered characters because they're always, I think they're written as such, but I think part of my job is to lift them off the page. So I feel lucky to have been trusted with them. And then I feel lucky to have worked with storytellers like Jonas and Josh Pate, who created Outer Banks, and Shannon as well, one of our writers, and then also Ryan Johnson, who creates such layered stories, and they're all wonderful collaborators, and they allow us a creative space to create, to have that collaborative spirit and to fail,
Yeah.
and there not be any problem with that. So, I feel more lucky that I've just been trusted with the roles.
You've shot a lot of this show on location. Can you talk about some of your favorite memories, of shooting, whether it's in the Carolinas or in Barbados?
Barbados.
Thank
Barbados,
you.
okay. But what are some of, your fondest memories of getting to travel the world with this show?
I feel like if I were to round up my favorite little snapshots in my brain of moments on set, it would be boat work, which is always really memorable, even if it's not
Brutal.
Yes, thank you. And sunset boat rides where everybody's everybody's off duty now and everybody's kind of cutting up, and sometimes when we're lucky, there's extra beers on board. Yeah, those are my favorite moments. I love that.
Oh yeah, I mean I concur. The boat rides out to where we're going and back when we wrap at the end of the day are really solid moments. But I mean, my favorite thing about being on location is just like exploring and like things I thought I'd never see, like these caves in Barbados, and meeting all of these amazing people and eating so much good food. Like, we're so lucky to be in both places, but Charleston's amazing, and Barbados is Barbados.
Yeah, Barbados.
Yeah, Barbados.
I feel like this season in particular, there's an action sequence on almost every mode of transport you could imagine. Trains,
Planes, automobiles.
Yeah, this is a trifecta. So, talking about the creators of Outer Banks, I mean, in what ways do you expect them to up the stunt ante going forward? What's next?
I frequently ask myself the same question. What else can we do?
Yeah.
I mean, scooters.
There's a couple things. Look, we
like that.
Can we just be on a scooter for once?
What about like the 6 Pogues on Segways?
That would be fun.
Pogues take on mall cops. Submarine we haven't done yet.
Oh.
Let's see, what else are we missing? Skateboard. We haven't seen much skateboarding.
No.
I feel like we should.
They're gonna think of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Sarah Cameron and her bicycle.
Yeah. The cutest mode of transportation on the show.
Sometimes I'd feel like a little humiliating riding it.
It's the basket.
No, well, it's the basket.
Where are you gonna put your stuff?
This year I have
practical.
What if we get the gold? Where are we gonna?
Well, this year I have a really decrepit bicycle. No more basket for me, so I don't know where we're gonna put it.
You gotta think about that.
Hopefully we got pockets.
Too.
So welcome to DC.
Thank you.
Is there anything you're hoping to do while you're here?
It's a quick trip for both.
It is quite the quick trip.
Okay, well,
See the Ritz-Carlton.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you both so much for talking with me today. This is Benjamin
Thank you.
Price, and Outer Banks Season 3 is out on Netflix February 23rd.
Ooh.
Signing off. See you next time. Bye.